Hello my friends and welcome back. Quick video today. Want to talk about the Iron Man VR on PlayStation 4. The full game is not released yet, but there is a free demo in the store. Firstly, I have to say, if you have a PSVR, you have to try this demo. This is one of the best VR games that I've seen on the PSVR, period. And I've played Oculus, I've played the HTC, I've pretty much played them all. On PSVR, this is one of the best games. At least the demo itself is outstanding. So before I downloaded it, I did have a couple of concerns, which I'll address as we go through the video. But my first concern was that I was going to get sick from all the flying around, because in some games that there's a lot of motion, I do get motion sick, and some people do, some people don't. I do. I have friends that aren't really big into gaming that have played VR that don't get motion sick, but I typically do. I will say that I didn't get motion sick at all playing this. I played this standing up, and honestly, I just totally forgot that I was even concerned about getting motion sick, which was really a shocker, because the flight in this game, at first I thought the flight might be scripted. It's not. It's completely, you're flying the Iron Man suit. And so with that, I thought maybe I was going to get sick, but no, not at all. And the flying on the Iron Man suit is really good. It's really easy to fly with. And, you know, as far as like being able to get places, you know, I was able to land like on pinpoint, just random spots in the world. So the flying is very solid. Like, they did a really good job of making you feel like you're Iron Man, at least from the flying perspective. So those were a couple of things that I was concerned about. I didn't say I was concerned about the flying, but I was. I wasn't sure if it was going to be custom or not. Another thing was that I was a little bit concerned about the graphics, but I can tell you, at least on the PS4 Pro, this game looks really good. Like, for a VR game that is as big as it is, like the stages are really big, the graphics are really good, surprisingly, because, you know, if you've played VR enough, you know that, you know, the graphics kind of take a hit for VR because it takes so much, I guess, to run it. Anyway, but the graphics are very good. Like, your hands on your suit look amazing inside the VR headset. Obviously, this video, when you're recording video on PSVR, it's 720, so the resolution's a little bit lower. But yeah, it just looks really great. I was really shocked. So, another thing was, I was watching a video on IGN about it, and just watching the video, it seemed really, at least the first stage with the airplane, seemed really repetitive when in terms of like shooting things, but it really wasn't, kind of shockingly. And part of that is, there's like this thing where it's not just that you're flying around shooting things. You have to use your thrusters in a way to like dodge incoming projectiles, and like you have to super punch things. And I don't know, it's kind of like, it definitely did not get old. And there was like little checkpoints during the stage that like gave you like a scripted event you had to do, that made it a really nice segue from blowing things up. Now, you know, the first stage, the airplane stage that everyone's seen, it was a lot of fun. It was super duper fun. I don't know what the rest of the game is going to have in store, just because, you know, is the rest of the game going to be like that, where it's like you shoot a couple of things, you go and do a scripted event, shoot a couple of things. That formula seems like it could get old, but there is a little bit of a story to this game, which was pretty good. Especially, I'm not really a story-driven person, but I definitely felt like, you know, they put the story in there. You know, you do have moments where you're not in the Iron Man suit and you're just Tony Stark or whatever. And the story was intriguing. It kept me interested. Plus, I like to goof off when I'm playing VR and do silly things. But anyway, this is a must-play. So you have your custom flight. You have your repulsors, which just do a single shot on each hand. They can overheat, whatever. You have a super punch. And, you have a super, like, sonic flight that you can do. It's really cool. One more thing I want to mention about the flight is that it's done on the triggers, and it is actually pressure sensitive. So like if you just want to like slightly hover or whatever, you can very lightly hold on the triggers, and that's kind of cool. So the flight's pretty cool. The first playthrough, I like kind of flew around this area a little bit and tried to see what I could do with the flight. And then I recorded it on the second playthrough because I kind of got used to the way that you have to move the camera and stuff. You know, it's like any of these VR games that you have the snap where the camera snaps to the next degree or whatever, so that you don't get motion sick from turning. But anyway, pretty cool. Definitely 100% recommend. If you have a VR, download this game. Don't ask questions about it. Just download it and try it. Make the space. I think it's like 6 gigs. Definitely worth trying. Super fun. I'm going to play it some more. And then after you beat the first mission, you unlock like a flight course and the combat simulator. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and until next time.